Hello guys, so today we're gonna do a scenario where civilization started over on a fantasy map. So last time we did civilization started over in a normal world map, but this time we are doing a fantasy map. So this is my fantasy map. We have this part which the world is going to start off in, then it will slowly colonize over like this, quite like the real world actually. This archipelago, this part is my favorite. So let's start. So we will start in this bottom peninsula part, and yeah, they're just gonna explore. So they explore this great amount of land here, and they set up the first civilization. Now I have improved the map a bit so that I don't see any drawings in the ocean, because it's actually in this separate layer here, kind of like what ADIS Pro does. Yeah, the original Wixo creator. And yeah, I have changed the name to Wixo, not Wicker. What if civilization restarted? No, it's now Wixo. Okay, so they explore around the coast, going inwards, and they actually find this little lake. So they explore around it, and they start to colonize. Now this area is quite a tropical area, so yeah, they like this area. So they just go around the coast, they kind of explore inside. But even though this area is tropical, they don't really know how to get inwards into land. So this part, yeah, this area has very low population here. So yeah, so they reach up to the sea, and they look like a pretty good civilization. Now let's add the capital. So it's an early civilization, so their capital is going to be snugged right into the shore. So we're gonna take this country, and it's gonna expand again. Yeah, bro can't leave expanding. They're an expansionist country, so they would really like to have more lands. Also, this country is in an interesting state right now. Oh my god, I'm throwing all that on the wrong layer. You see, this thing is gonna happen a lot to me. Why do I keep drawing things on the wrong layer? They're gonna make a landing here, and you know, they're gonna do an interesting thing. So they are first gonna reach up here, and they will do their first water exploration and go up to here. Eventually they will connect up with this part, and they are looking like a nice little empire. They continue to explore, but something happens. Stability in this country starts to fall, and then a rebellion happens. A blue country rebels from this country, and it takes over a good amount of this country here. Why is the eraser so big? So it takes a healthy amount of land away from this country, reaching all the way to this little panhandle they have. So the country is now set up, and they're gonna fight a war. So the red country is gonna push back, but they eventually get exhausted, and the blue country starts pushing, cutting them in two. Eventually the red country surrenders, and we're gonna take a look at the treaty here. Let's take a look at the treaty. So this is the peace treaty, and yeah, the blue country, bro, split into two parts. Yeah, your creator did this awful mistake. Yeah, blame them for that. The rebellion started from here, so weirdly their capital is gonna be here. I have a great feeling that this part is gonna rebel. I have a great feeling. Great feeling. Very great feeling. Okay, anyway, so these two tribes now go on. Now this blue country, their first goal is to connect up with themselves on the other side of this sea. And I'm gonna name the sea Lake Bluton. Yeah, because the blue country surrounds this sea. Yeah, Bluton is quite a good name. So they're gonna expand around the coast, and they barely connect up with themselves. Now they think that this is an ocean, but they do not have full evidence. So they go around this part. Eventually they meet up with each other. So they find out that this is not an ocean. Now, finding out a great opportunity, the blue country decides to expand around this lake, entirely capturing it. But first they're going to explore more lands. So now they're going to capture all the land around this lake. So they go around from here and eventually reaching over to themselves. So yeah, they're like the Roman Empire who likes just to go around seas. So now they're just gonna connect up more with their part over here, which is bordering the red country. And now they have a decent empire here. They have a great empire. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly do a little thing here. Please stay tuned. Yeah, who could have thought I would have added provinces so fast into the game? No, this is not a game, bro. What the heck is wrong with me? So, yeah, we have provinces and major cities right now. So these countries are now chilling. Okay, now let me get this stupid little layer off. Okay, so the red country, they're now going to expand. You know, they're expansionists. They can't have a single day without expanding, or even a week. By the way, it's currently, what BC should it be? Wait, let me do some research on Google. Okay, let's do. When was the first civilization formed? Yeah, when was the first civilization formed? Okay, around 4000 BCE, the Mesopotamian civilization. So it's currently now in this world. It's now 325 BC. So yes, already quite a lot of years have passed, and these countries are just chilling. But something happens. Okay, but first the red country has to expand a bit. You know, they're expansionists. They can't have a single week without expanding, and that's just the thing that I said 2 minutes before. Not 2 minutes, a couple of seconds. So they're gonna explore around the coast and make their own coastal empire. Yeah, I don't know why, but these old countries, they like coastal empires. Yeah, weird. So now we have our thing happening. So some people from here go and explore this island and this whole archipelago of islands. They also explore this coast, and now they're gonna form a new civilization. So what color should we make them? Let's make them a lime civilization. So they're gonna start on this island, and they're gonna island hop from one to another. Remember the starting island. It's gonna be their capital area. So they're gonna do that island thingy, and they're gonna make themselves a coast along the main continent. So now let's add capital. Okay, so here is the, wait, are they the same? Whoa, that's so big. Okay, let me just add this color into the swatch, please. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, they're just gonna be a chilling country. So this country is gonna do their own stuff, like exploring these islands here. And now they are the first country to get into this continent. Yeah, they are already exploring continents out of this world. So they have created a nice little base area, but they're gonna stop right now because, you know, it has been a long day. You just created this civilization and you can't already explore the entire world at this pace. So now we're gonna come back to here. Now the red country is gonna scale up the blue country. The blue country is gonna get a bit suspicious about this. So now the red country declares war on the blue country, and the red country is quite a lot stronger than the blue country. So they easily defeat. So they go ahead and take some of this coastal territory, taking major cities, and they only focus around the coast. This area is going good for them, but the red country here, well, the blue country is also blitzing them. They take this major city and they get quite close to the capital. However, reinforcements come and they push them back a lot. They manage to connect up back with this part and even start a special operation to cut the blue country in half. So they start from this side and they cut the blue country in half. They continue to go around the coastal territory, eventually taking this part they have encircled, and the blue country will just surrender at this point. You know, what is even the point of fighting when you're literally getting destroyed? So now let's take a look at the peace treaty. So this is the peace treaty. Now you notice this part. Well, yeah, there's gonna be a small revolution inside of this area, and it's gonna break away. So this entire chunk breaks away in a very bad position. Yeah. Bro, you're just interfering the red country, bro. You shouldn't have been born there. Red is gonna invade you. And your color, yeah, it's too similar to the capital color, so I'm gonna give it a dark color for the capital. So the capital is gonna be safely tucked inside of them. Not a common trend for capital placement, but that's what they're gonna do because they are afraid. Okay, so now we're gonna take a look at the naval dominances these countries have. No. We're gonna take a look at what parts they have explored. Their name cannot be empty. Okay, then let's just name it. Oh, there you go. So we're gonna go to this, and now we're gonna add the explored waters feature. So the explored waters are gonna be lighter. Oh my god, they're going there. Okay, let's just do it in the all layer. No, they don't do it the all layer. Bro, so annoying. This layer? No. What the country's layer? Bruh. Okay, we give up. I give up. I'm not gonna do that. So now let's just take a look at the naval territory of these countries. Naval territory. So the red country is gonna have quite a lot of naval dominance. The naval areas are gonna be a bit lighter than the country itself. So it's gonna be like this. Let's go to the country's layer. Huh? Oh, I forgot I can't draw the seas. So the red country has explored this part. Okay, I'm gonna not even add that, bro. Let's just continue on this series, okay? I'm wasting the time. Okay, so now they're gonna explore this land. So they explore this part here. They go up, and up, explore this entire part. And even the blue country does some exploration. They go around here, and they connect up here. Now this country is just chilling here. They have built up a lot of strength. They're literally stronger than the blue country, but they're not gonna do anything yet. Let's go back to the lime country. So, bruh. Capitals. Okay. Bloop. And I'll select this entire part. Copy, erase, paste. That is just my stupidity, bro. Okay, so they're gonna explore these islands. And they're gonna get to this continent. Yeah, they're the first. They just think that it's another island, but when they soon realize that it's a continent somehow, because they explore around the coast, and they immediately figure out that it's a continent, not an island. So they explore this part happily, and they explore the entirety of this part. Yay. Okay, now this country doing all that stuff, they're gonna have a breakaway right now. So it's gonna be this orange country here, bro. So they're gonna take over a lot of parts here, and this country will just let them take them. Yeah, you're quite a democracy, you know. They're quite the democracy here, but they're not actually a democracy. Okay, so they took over more than the country has, and their capital is gonna be there. You know, there you go. There's the capital. So now I have been talking about this country being stronger than the blue country. Well, wow, they're gonna do an invasion. So they jump scare the capital, and yeah. The blue country got absolutely jump scared. They're getting absolutely obliterated. Yeah, the blue country. You ain't having any peace, man. So now let's take a look at the peace treaty. Bro, these borders, they make me want to vomit. So yes, these borders are very weird, but that's what you need to stick through. So now, the yellow country... Bruh. Huh? Bruh, just erase that part, okay? Bruh. Click. I hate this. Okay, so they're gonna explore around, taking... They have more. Okay, so they're gonna explore around this part and getting to here. Bro! Can you just stop these random poops coming out from nowhere? Yeah, I literally called them poops. And now, there's gonna be the first exchange of this whole series. So, the yellow country is actually gonna come from two sides. Bro! Oh my god, I'm getting... What the hell? Oh my god. Yeah, Mike. Holy Jackson. Jackson, help me. Okay, so they get to here, and they're gonna make a purchase. So they're actually gonna make two individual purchases. So the first purchase they make is the tiny strip of land to connect up. Don't worry, it won't do any harm to the red country. Secondly, they do this tiny little strip following this part and getting here. Now this is coastal territory, so it's gonna be more valuable. So yeah, they're gonna do that, and this major city is actually gonna be split. So yeah, interesting. And this is what the map right now looks like. Oh my god, this map makes me want to I would rather go to the toilet and no, I would rather go and eat a watermelon. Yeah, I don't eat watermelons. I think they're disgusting. Rather than seeing this freaking map, bro. Okay, I'm just joking. I'm never gonna eat a watermelon. Unless I am 10 years old, eventually. I'm not 10 years old, okay, you idiot. What is this random dot sitting in the middle of the ocean? Get the hell out of here. So this is what I call border gore at this point. Now, the red country can go through this part, or this. Yeah, they can just do that. Okay, so they are looking like a strong country right now. They were just a breakaway state, but now, yeah, the blue Bluton Lake country is dead. The Bluton Lake country is not existent. It's barely existing here. And you know, this country is gonna actually let them live. Surprisingly. Okay, so this episode was 21 minutes for you fully. So if you enjoyed this episode, then subscribe and bye-bye. This is the first episode, okay? So let's take a recap. So they formed their civilization, then they split off, and then they expanded and have a war. Then the yellow country break away and did this. Meanwhile, the lime country did this. Yeah, they expanded here, and the orange country broke away from the lime. So, if you guys enjoyed, subscribe. Bye-bye. See you later.